What's going on, people? It's your man the YB back once again. Big shout out to my doggy track man for coming through and boosting up the coin. So we got an update for you, man, right now regarding Tyson Fury and his comeback. He was pictured going for a jog. Let's just play the video. In fact, I ain't got no more bars for you, man. Here we go. Bosh.
And another one just for my peeps who might be thinking about going for a run this morning, who might be feeling a bit down, depressed, anxiety, hungover, whatever it might be. Look out there. The road is very welcoming and there's no feeling like it. So if you're in...
I'm going to stop Tyson there. So obviously, Tyson has this cycle, yeah? He has the cycle of the hardest man born from his mother. And, the suicidal depression shilling cycle. Because when he's washed up, his bit's washed up now, he's been punched up twice. The base he does still hold is the, Tyson, mate, Tyson, mental health this, mental health that. It's all fake news. It's a grift, people. I'm convinced it's a grift. Yeah? This big blobber sack of shit who lost my money, he ain't never in the gym. He's in Benidorm. He's in Disneyland Paris. He's never in the gym. How is he sitting here preaching about, just go for a run? You didn't want to go for a run when the undisputed heavyweight championship was on the line. That's what you didn't want to do. Now you're sitting here preaching. And yes, it's fair to say, to some extent, Tyson's done more than we have in our lives athletically. But really? Come on, people. Come on. Yeah? The guy who's renowned for not being in shape, giving bars on... And listen, for Joe Public, who is sitting there with 2-2 bacon butters and 2-2, what they call it, 2-2 moody liquor, yeah? That's one thing. We saw you in there, Tyson. Yeah, bulbous, not in shape. You can't give no one no shape advice. If I was going to listen to someone about staying in shape, I'd listen to even Floyd Mayweather. Yes, Floyd's corny. Yes, he's a jigaboo. But in terms of staying in shape, he was never... This to me, it's not exactly the same. Tyson's more in shape. I think Ricky Hatton would get in the ring though in shape most of the time, to be fair to him. Tyson's out of shape when he's fighting. He's out of shape when he's not fighting. He's never in shape. So I'd prefer to take advice from Ricky Hatton, to tell the truth. He actually knew how to lose 200 pounds in bulbousness through his fight. It's not advisable. And arguably the La Cocaina helped him out there. He was spitting all up his nose, man. The weight was just falling off. We saw the video. Ricky, man, you ain't beating the charges, bro. We saw the videos, man. You was caning that La Coca. You was caning that Primo Guinan. Stop playing with him, man. You ain't beating the charges. We saw the video, man. The Sun newspaper exposure ass, man. Oh, man, listen. Tyson, man. You finished. Yeah, seriously. Yes, you're really rich, and yes, I'm not very rich. I'm broke as shit, in fact. But people do that. Oh, Amy, what have you done? What have you done? My limitations as an individual is not like Fury clearly has some level of genetics to get where he got to. He's wasted them, though, is the point. I can look back, obviously, there's no point me drawing comparisons here, but I can look back and say, when I was swimming, yeah, and the little bits I did in that arena, I did actually try my heart out. I got to be honest. I can't sit here and say, oh well, I was in Benidorm. I really was trying. I was genetic. Ultimately, it couldn't have been hard work that kept me back, kind of thing. I don't have no regrets in that sense. I can't sit here and say, well, if I'd have done a bit more of this, a bit more of that, I was all in. Yeah. These type of cats, I think someone like Usyk can say, I was all in. Even really AJ, to be fair to him, he can probably say he was all in. And whether it's psychological limitations or whatever, it hasn't worked out for him. Or maybe just unlucky. Tyson, I don't believe it, man. I'm not saying he'd beat Usyk anyway, but he's not in shape, man. He's not in shape. You can't be in shape at 285 pounds with stick legs. It's not like he's got big tree trunks on him. He's got little stick legs. It was all here. It was all in his gut. That's not in shape. You can't be training that hard. I'm sorry, you can't. It's impossible. It's impossible to be training 3 times a day properly as a serious athlete and being out of shape that bad. It's impossible. So don't bother coming here now when you're washed up. This is what people do. When they're washed up, yeah, they circle back round to the lowest common denominator. Yeah? Paul the jobber with a bacon butty and 2-2 Stella Artois in his hand. Oh yeah, Tyson, mate. I'll go out on a run now. That's where he's gone to now. That's all he's got left. Because a serious sport community can't take him serious. So he's now preaching to them ones. Preaching to the bullabus who can't get off the couch. How does a supremo athlete go from that to, oh, IB is trying to inspire you? No, he's trying to sell more of his moody books. Yeah, I was in my Ferrari. Even though I said I only drive a VW Passat, I was in my Ferrari driving 5 trillion miles an hour and I was going to swerve off, but I'm too hard. But I'm too non-suicidal to swerve off, so I just, you know what I mean? I'm just too hard for all that. Come on, people. Yeah, stop preaching and get in the gym. Zip your mouth and go and fill AJ in if you can. I think that fight's a 50-50 fight. That's how you inspire people, right? You don't. Any tosser can go for a run and say, "Yeah, guys, let's go for a run." What would be inspiring is, "Hey, people, I haven't taken my career serious. I've been clowning off in Benidorm for the majority of my professional life. Now I've been humbled by this 4-foot-tall, soft-bodied midget. I've got to do. It'll be his last fight anyway. There's no one else left for him to fight. I'm going to do this one justice, though. That would be the best way to inspire people. Come in there. He's never going to be bone dry, but come in there in proper shape. 250 pounds. He was 247 when he fought Klitschko. He wasn't that lean then. He shouldn't be a bit more than 250. Come in there, 250, gas for days. You can't punch anyway. Gas for days. And in all due respect, Fury did have pretty good cardio. When he boxed Wilder up the first... Well, he lost that fight in my opinion. But when he got the draw with Wilder in the first fight, his gas tank wasn't a problem. He had his best rounds in rounds 11 and 12. That said, it's obviously the basketball player who can't box for toffee. He can do 12 rounds. Usyk never... Listen, I don't care what no one says. He wasn't in better shape at 285. Physics doesn't work like that. You can't have more gas at 285 carrying 30 pounds of beer gut weight. I'll never believe it. Oh, right, B, but you were saying Joe Parker's going to be slow. Joe Parker got in there with a Congolese jobber. That's what he did. Fair play. Joe might have knocked his head off anyway, but you can't... I wasn't saying Joe wouldn't be powerful in the first few rounds. I didn't think he'd be powerful at all, to be honest. You can't punch for nothing until my shmoneys are on the lines. That's when all of a sudden this turn up punching somewhere, right? All of a sudden, out of nowhere, this guy who don't punch nothing up starts punching. That makes loads of sense to me. But like I was saying, Joe Parker would have found out in round 6 or 7 how much the extra weight pays off. I'm yet to see it. I'm yet to see an athlete who gets more cardio as they put on heaps of weight. I can't think of an example, to be honest. Anyway, let's get to the end of these bars.
Look out there. The road is very welcoming. And there's no feeling like it. So if you're in, an hour in, if you're going to get out and do a run and do a bit of exercise this morning, the answer is yes, you can.
You should have been telling yourself, where were them bars when you was sitting around doing nothing? Oh, I've only got a 6-week camp. I only need 6 weeks for this. What else are you doing? Yeah? Where were these bars when you need... Come on. Most average Joes, they've got a 9 to 5 to do. So they probably can't be asked to go for a run. This is your 9 to 5 and you can't be asked to go for a run. Who are you to tell anyone to go for a run? You don't even want to do it in your career. Get serious here. I don't like these bars. I'm not going to lie. I get where they're coming from. In that sense. It's at skin deep, it's like, oh yes, he's really inspirational. But he doesn't even live that way himself. He's not like a David Goggins or a Floyd Mayweather. Floyd would do not similar things. Floyd was always talking about himself, but Floyd will be running the streets of Las Vegas 1 o'clock in the morning. And I'm not saying you need to be that extreme, but training just standard wouldn't be bad, would it? No one says you have to be the second coming of Ahmed Ahmad training at 1 a.m. in the morning. Just do normal sessions, man. We're not asking for no extra frills. Just do your normal sessions year round. Oh, I'll do a 6-week fat camp. Get in there, stink the place out, and then I'm back in Benidorm. Heed your own advice. Come on.
Yes, you can. Get out there, smash it, and get some of that healthiness and happiness.
This guy, man. This guy.
Back in your life. Because that's what we're talking about. Positive vibes only, Sunday morning. Get up. One life. Live it.
What One life, live it. Fill AJ in, man. That'd be the definition of one life, live it. For most of my career, I've been faffing off in one form or another. One life, live it. AJ, you see you big, stiff Mandinga Plumbington from Watford. You are getting it. Yeah? Bottom line. That's what you do. Stop jumping on here trying to... What's the word I'm looking for? He's LARPing. He's role-playing, being this motivational... You can't motivate yourself, man. It's the truth here. You can't motivate yourself. So stop, you know what I mean? Just don't play with it. So listen, man. I know what you're saying. Because more time... This is probably Tyson's first run in 3 months, right? He's supposed to be an athlete. And the first time he goes for a run, he's preaching to the unwashed masses. It's like, really? You got time. You should be running every day, right? That's all you got to do. You ain't got nothing else to do. What, pick the kids up from school. What else you doing? Just hanging around the place. Anyway, there is another, on a more positive or more funny note. Tyson put this video out, which did make me laugh. Here we go. He's training in Paris now.
Well, I've been training in Paris for about a month now. How are you getting on?
World champion bodyweight lifter.
She's doing very well, pushing herself on the daily, and yeah, overall she's doing really well. I feel like Christian. I feel like the new Christian Blacklock, personal training there. I'm going to be personal training all the MILFs. In a bit.
Are you really? What the muscles?
Anyway, she's doing...
Why is Tyson violating his missus like that, man? Me training all the personal training, all the MILFs. One more time.
And yeah, overall she's doing really well. I feel like Christian. I feel like the new Christian Blacklock, personal training there. I'm going to be personal training all the MILFs. In a bit.
Are you really?
Oh, you can tell Paris, she tried to style it up, but she wasn't particularly happy with that. But yeah, fair. Listen, I'm not. People think, oh, YB, you're always a hater. You have nothing positive to say. I want to see people get the most out of themselves. And I'm not trying to downplay what Usyk did. Usyk would have beat him on his best day, for example. I'm at peace with that. This guy here, though, I can't sit here and say he just hasn't done it. You've never seen him do a Floyd. All athletes, should be doing a Floyd. You're in shape year round. Look at Martin Bacoli. What's wrong with these guys? I don't understand it. Martin Bacoli made a GoFundMe saying, oh, master balls, I ain't got no monies no more. Begging on a GoFundMe to fund his training camps. What training camps? You ain't never in camp. Just hanging around in the Congo. Buying real estate. That's not... You don't need no GoFundMe for that. Get your big ass in training. Yeah? It's a proper weird mentality that only seems to exist in boxing. In no other sport will you get anywhere. Name me a sport where you can just have half the year off, swanning around, and be elite at it. There's not one sport in the world. Seriously, not one sport. Not one sport in the world can you spend half of your year, half of your time, hanging around the place. Not one. Name me a sport. Go on. Not one. Even golfers. They're golfing year round, more or less. And even when they're in the off season, tennis players, they're playing tennis in the off season too. It's not like they just... But boxing, in the off season, they do nothing at all. And then they rock up back to the gym for the first time in 7 months. Seriously, that's what it's like. Tennis players, they have the main season. And during the off season, they're preparing for the next season. In any other sport, that's how it goes. Pick a sport. There's no, I'm having 6 months in the Congo, or I'm having 6 months in Benidorm. So it's frustrating to see the waste of... Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he has been in shape all along and this is just what he is, but I don't know. I never got them vibes from him. Anyway, let me know your thoughts, people. Smash the like button, subscribe, like the bell, 100%. There's no doubt about this one, people. Stop it.